All right. What's going on, guys? What's happening? Today is Thursday and we are having a date. We are going to be talking about H-1B visa alternatives or how to avoid the green card lottery. Or I would put it a little bit different. How can you get to the US without relying on a green card lottery? Because you guys know it. I don't have to explain it every time that green card lottery is for those who submit the application and completely forget about it. If you're one of those who checking every day and waiting and cannot wait for the result, you're not gonna get it. Okay, I mean, and I'm just being realistic because that's how things work. Those who like wish it and desire and just cannot wait to get the results, usually those people don't win. Those people who don't care, who file and forget, they win. All right, so and because you're here, I would say that you are among those people who probably file and send your petition for the green card lottery, your application, okay? And there's nothing bad about it. I actually support it. I think you need to do this, but you do not need to rely on it, okay? Why? Because if you do rely on it, you're just going to waste a lot of time if you don't win. And your winning chances are a lot below 1%. Okay, so that's why we need to look at the alternatives, and congratulations to you guys who participated in H-1B lottery. And if you won the lottery, if you got selected, and the lottery was over a couple of days ago, so H-1B is done. Yes, they're gonna have a few more stages to add more visas in summer and in the fall, but the chances there are like very, very slim. Okay, very, very slim. And again, do not rely on those chances. So today we're going to be discussing the alternatives for H-1B visa. Okay, and I know that a lot of you participating in H-1B year after year, and you have an employer, you have the education, you have the skills, you have a good resume, and you're playing, but you just don't get selected. And realistically, past few years, it was almost impossible. And you guys know about all this fraud that happened during COVID, that the companies filed multiple applications for the same people. That's why like a couple of years ago, there were about like 700,000 applications for H-1B, which is like what's going on here? Okay, usually it's like 250, maybe 200. Then it was like 800,000 petitions. Why? Well, because they filed a few for each person. Okay, and people got arrested, and there was like investigation going on, and there were consequences of that as well. But again, you cannot go back and replay the lottery. That's not going to happen. Okay, that's not going to happen. So we need to look realistically at the things and pave the way for realistic things where we have a lot of chances. Which visa is #1 choice for you if you did not get selected for H-1B? I'm of a strong opinion that O1 visa is one of the best alternatives to H-1B. Why? First of all, it's relatively easy to get comparing to other talent visas and other work visas. Okay, you have education, you worked in good companies, you probably made good money compared to other professionals in the field. You may be even having some academic articles and things like that. So all of those, they may qualify you for O1 visa. Okay, so I've analyzed dozens and dozens and dozens petitions that were good for H-1B, but I compared them against O1. And I can tell you about 80–90% of you guys would qualify. All right? You already have an employer you have some achievements and recognition in your professional field. And all you need to do is to start your process for O1 visa. Okay? Most of you have critical leading role in the company with a high reputation. Most of you have a commercial success, getting paid more than other professionals in your field, in your geographical location. Some of you may have press, some of you have academic articles, some of you may have participating as a judge to assess the work of other professionals. And there you go, you're building up your O1 like this, right? 5 criteria would be good, okay? 5 criteria. Critical role, commercial success, press about you, you can work with the PR agencies, academic articles, you either have them or you can build that case, and maybe judging the work of others, okay? And there we go, 5 criteria out of the blue. Some of you guys like, oh my God, I didn't even know that I could go that path. Absolutely, absolutely. There's only one difficulty, and I gotta be open with you, right? I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, I have the idea why that difficulty exists, but we see some opposition. Let's call it this. Some like opposition from the companies who are your employers, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, some other visa. We have our attorneys, now we need to get involved with some other attorney because those attorneys, when they look at when you come to the H-1B attorneys that work for those big companies that you're going to be working for, that's all they know, okay? That's all they do, that's their specialization, and I don't blame them that they cannot qualify you for O1. Because how they do this? They look at the law, they look at your achievements, and they don't know PR agencies. They don't know people who are gonna helping you with adding stuff to your petition. They don't know the other cases in their career, in their experience. So they look at the law. But when you look at the law of O1, you'll be like, oh my God, I need to have someone with like a Nobel Prize. Because that's what USCIS website says, right? Like Nobel Prize winner, Grammy winner, Oscar winner, like right. I've never seen those. We have like a couple of Olympic champions, like World Cup champions in the sport, like a few like great scientists, like big people, like international recognition. But I can count those cases on my like with my 10 fingers. For my years and years of practice, for almost 10 years of practicing, okay? The majority of our clients are just good professionals in the field, okay? With O1, EB1A, EB2 in IW, those are good professionals, and all they do is working on the strategy that I built for them at the complex immigration planning, all right? So you guys, most of you will qualify. Either right now or with building your case based on my strategy. All right. So let me drop you the link so you could get a free assessment for your O1 visa, and do it now because you'll forget. Something else gonna pop up. So if you have not yet filled up the form for free evaluation for O1, do it right now. I just sent it to you in the comment section. So it's free. You just need to answer the questions. I'll look at your answers. Give me about 2 days. I'll get back to you and tell you, hey, you have a good case for O1. Let's get together. Let's get together and feel all right at the complex immigration planning, guys. Well, I'll build a strategy for you. You will definitely know what you need to do, how you're going to do this, how much it's going to cost you, all these things. So really good process, really good procedure, and you have a written strategy. So you know exactly what needs to be done. And let me tell you, I'm not going to be asking you to get the Nobel Prize, okay? I mean, if you can, sure, I'll get you a green card. But yeah, those are simple tasks, and you'll be working with my team for the next 5 months. We're gonna get you up to the level of a extraordinary person. I'm gonna write a memorandum for a month. I'm gonna send it, get you approved. 2 months, you are in the States. Okay, so 6 plus 2 months, 8 months altogether. That's what separates you from being in your country, in Pakistan and India, in Spain and Argentina and Brazil, to come here and work. Okay, that's all that separates you. So don't waste your time, guys. Don't wait for the green card lottery, because I mean, wait for it, but do not rely on it. Okay, trying to rely on green card lottery, and I don't want to hurt anyone or offend, but it's almost stupid. Okay, like you cannot rely on it. It's almost impossible. Okay, you can rely on getting the approval chance for your O1, EB1 if I qualified you, 90% approval rate. That you can rely on, okay, and build your assumptions on that, but not like 0.04% for your green card lottery. Okay, so O1, and by the way, guys, there is no limit for O1. There is no limit. H-1B is limited, so you have that employer. All you need to do is to tell him, look, I have this attorney, this guy, Stanislav. He's the best of the best. Okay, that's how you guys describe me, right? You're just saying that I'm best of the best. And you say, all you guys need to do is give me a job offer and sign the petition. That's all. Okay? And they may say, okay, go to our H-1B attorneys. You say, don't worry about this. Don't worry about your H-1B attorneys, because all you need to do is to give me a job offer. You already gave me a job offer because you put me for H-1B lottery, right? And wait for 6 months, sign the petition, and I will be with you in 2 months after the approval. That's all. That's all you need to do, guys. So I think anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. And let me tell you, last year we helped about probably a few dozen people who didn't get selected for H-1B. And they were just like you. And I know, like, some of you watching me on LinkedIn, some of you on Facebook, different platforms, some on YouTube. So, so those people, they were like you, watching me like, oh my God, I can do this. Let me try to get a free evaluation. They get a free evaluation, then they'd go through complex immigration planning, then hire my company, and voila, they're already working here in the US. So that's number one. Number two, and those are options. They lengthy here, so they require more time to come here to the States, but they don't require an employer. Okay, you don't have to have an employer, and you may also get the green cards right away. All right, and you guys know that the two visas I'm going to talk to you about are EB1A, the talent visa, or EB2 NIW. If you're from India, I know EB2 is not going to be your first choice for sure, but EB1A will. Okay, and let me guys remind you, if you're from India and you are on H-1B visa in the US and you have EB2 approved sometime in the past, most of you can get EB1A also approved. Okay? Why, Stanislav? Can you tell us more about EB1A for Indians? Yes. You already work in a good company. You play a critical leading role. You make really good money there. Okay? Through that company, you usually did something, some software, some projects that matter in the industry. So that's contribution in the field. A lot of times, you guys select the work of other professionals. You review the work of other professionals within your company. And that's the judging the work of others. Okay? That's number 4. Then the press about you is gonna pop up, right? Because you have great achievements. So the journalists will wanna write about you. And of course, you'll have to work with the PR agencies. And a few academic articles. That's it. That's your green card. Okay? And I know I specifically address the Indians, because you guys like slaves on the boat with that H-1B and EB2 approved. You're gonna paddle for a long time in the same company, and you cannot leave. If you leave, everything is over. Your H-1B is over. Okay, H-1B you can transfer, but EB2 they're gonna withdraw, right? If they know that you're not gonna work for them, most of the time they're gonna withdraw. So you're like a slave, basically. Yes, it's illegal, but That's the bottom line of it. So you have a way out through EB1A. But also EB1A, and why? You can transfer your priority date from EB to EB1. Okay, and that's how you get the green card. So technically, if your EB2 priority date is before 2020, and you start your case right now, with a very good chance, you'll get your green card at the end of 2024 or at the beginning of 2025. Okay, and everybody else, even if you're not from India and you have an EB1A case with no priority date problems, same things apply, right? Same criteria, same depth of the criteria, we can get you approved. EB2 and IW is a little bit different because we need to show the advanced degree, but H-1B, you all guys have advanced degree, right? The bachelor's or master's. If it's a bachelor, you need to show 5 years of experience. If it's master's, no experience needed, but usually you still have that. So, and also we need to propose some type of the project that you will be doing in the US, your endeavor, your proposed endeavor. And you'll be like, Stanislav, where do I get the endeavor? Well, look in the past, what you've been doing the last 5-10 years, and pass it to the future. Okay, transfer it to the future, and that's what's going to be your offer. Okay, yes, EB2 and IW is mostly for STEM category, for engineers, for software developers, IT people, cybersecurity, blockchain, and other like professionals. But we get them successfully for business, for businessmen, for culture, people in the culture, for sport, right? There could be different endeavors. So don't be shy to see what kind of good you can bring to the US. All right. So this is very important. EB1A and EB2 in IW, both of them do not require the employer. You can file them self-petition. Okay, self-petition. So those are really, really good options. And I can talk about more viable options like L1, E2, but they have some limitations. So the best options for you guys are O1, EB1A, and EB2 and IW. All right. And again, H-1B lottery has higher chances than green card lottery, but still, I wouldn't rely on it either. Okay, especially if you have a qualification for another option, for the alternative visa. It's good to have to play in the lottery, but it's good to have a really good plan B. Okay, and those visas are your plan B. All right, let's see what you guys get to say. Let me know if you have questions regarding this issue, regarding this topic. Drop them in the comment section and see if you guys and about anything else. If you want me to ask about EB1 or L1 or E2, any other talent visas, business visas, I'll be more than happy to share some information with you. So while you guys thinking or typing, let me tell you about recent updates that are going on. First of all, we'll notice that the approval time for EB5 visas shrinked significantly. So decreased really significantly, especially for the projects that are located in a rural or high unemployment area. And there are a bunch of good projects right now for EB5 program that are in such areas. If before we would expect approval to arrive within 2 to 4 years, and I know it's a lot, but now we'll notice that 3 to 6 months is a good time frame for that. Okay, 3 to 6 months is a good time frame. So if you have a budget, of $800,000, you can get your green card pretty fast. Okay, Vishesh wrote something and deleted it. He's like, oh my God, this is wrong. Vishesh, type it back. Don't worry. I'll try to see what's going on with your question. Maybe you didn't phrase it right, maybe something else. So put it back so I could bring you more value. So yeah, what else? What else is going? We are waiting for a fresh visa bulletin for May, because we have the April visa bulletin going on, but what we hear from USCIS, they said that probably next 6 months, not much change is gonna happen for in the visa bulletin. Okay, so those of you guys who are tracking the visa bulletin, and especially if you're from India, or if you got approval for H1, EB2, EB3, EB2 and IW, and you're from not India, but you have the wait time, not much is going to change. Okay, not much is going to change. Unfortunately, that's what's going on. But maybe the end of the year, after the fiscal year is over, you're gonna have a better chance. Don't forget, guys, don't forget, the fiscal year is gonna be over September 30th. If you have a case for EB1A, the best time of the year to file your petition and get an approval is September. In order for you to file in September, you need to start right now, because we take about 6 months to prepare your petition properly and file it. When you file it in September, you get a better chance because USCIS knows how many visas are not yet distributed in this category. And when they know it, they are more willing to give those approvals to less stronger cases and just to EB1 category overall. Why? Because if they don't do it, they have to re-roll it to EB2 category. Okay, but EB1 category is a better quality. Okay, not to say that it's not a good quality in EB2. No, not because of that, but because EB1 is above it. Okay, above the best cases and are in EB1 category. So that's what you guys need to do right now. Start worrying about your EB1A cases to get approval in September. All right, so let's see if you guys have any more questions. I'm done. We've been with you for about 30 minutes, so I covered the topic that I wanted to cover with you. So I'll give you 10 more seconds to put the question in the comment section on YouTube, and if not, we'll be wrapping up. Don't forget to fill out the free evaluation form for talent visas, and let me drop you one for EB2 and IW. Also a good option if you're not from India. Okay. So I'll give you 5 more seconds, guys, and we will be done. All right, good. So it was a good stream. See you guys next Thursday. I'm leaving for California this weekend. I'm leaving for LA. I'll be back on Monday. So Thursday, I'll see you same place, same time. My name is Stanislav Shamaev. I'm a lawyer of the future. Your future begins here. Good luck.